Are you dying? Do you have cancer? Are you sick? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. Those are literally comments that I have gotten from people just because I choose, because I want to shave my head. So it's like peach fuzz, right? That's the way I do it. Every 3 months. I did it for the first time last August, so a little bit over a year ago. So every 3 months, I shave my head to there's like peach fuzz. So it only grows out like an inch or two, then I shave it again. Those are all real comments that I have gotten in person and online. And it's like, why? Why is the first assumption that I'm sick, that I'm dying, that I have cancer, that something is wrong, or I've had people just literally just say, I'm sorry? Why can't you just even ask, hey, why'd you shave your head? I don't have a problem with that, right? Like, I have no problem with somebody asking me a question. I have every problem if the question is assuming that I'm literally fucking dying just because I'm a woman and I choose to shave my head. So I had a job interview this morning over Zoom. It was for a recruiting position with a pharmaceutical client. So I have over 5 years of recruiting experience, both corporate, like Dow Jones, Bank of America, but then I also have recruiting experience with like early stage tech startups, right? So I have like extensive, well-rounded recruiting experience. I've also worked at a pharmaceutical company in HR in the past for a couple of years. So I'm very, very qualified for this position. That's why I had the job interview this morning. But I had to say to myself, like, what do I do? Right? Because I haven't had an actual interview that wasn't like a phone interview for like 2 years, right? So do I go on with my bald head or do I put my wig on? So as you can see, it's neon green. So this is not professional either, right? What would be considered professional. It's so-called unnatural colors: green, purple, orange, yellow, pink, so on and so forth. The only other wigs that I own are dark green, and then I have a rainbow wig that I'm looking at it. It's purple, green, blue, and yellow. So it starts purple, green, blue, yellow. It's curly, and it comes down to my knees. That also, right, is not going to work. This is a corporate pharmaceutical company, right, that's looking for a recruiter to come on for a couple of months, right? Like, it's a contract position. And it's like, first of all, like, why is my bald head a problem, right? Because then some people would say, like, why don't you just have a black wig then, right? Like, just for these situations where you do have an interview, right? And let's say it is for like a corporate client, whether it's like a contract position, a temporary position, just so you have like a black wig, maybe for an occasion where you do need to, quote unquote, look professional. My pushback to that is, who gets to decide what looks professional? They do, right? The employer. And that's true. But then I can decide that I have a problem with those definitions and that I have to play these games. And that it's not just about my qualifications. Now, a lot of people say, but as a recruiter, you're front line, right? Like, you're representing the company, right, to potential candidates, future employees, right? So a lot of people say they have every right actually to say, like, hey, we don't like the tattoos, or like, we don't love the bald head. They're never going to say that to you. They just won't fucking hire you, right? Or it's like, hey, the neon green wig, like, that's not professional, right? You're going to be, meeting with candidates that come on site, obviously for in-person interviews, and we want you to present a professional image of the company. And again, I say, like, who gets to decide what is professional? So I ended up just going with the neon green wig because I'd rather somebody just think that green hair is unprofessional than like we swerve my fucking interview and you start to assume that I'm fucking dying of cancer just because I shaved my head. That's ridiculous. But it's okay, like, even in an interview, right? Like, it's perfectly fine to be like, hey, like, what made you shave your head? Or like, why'd you shave your head? Or like, hey, what's up with the shaved head? I don't find that offensive. I don't, right? Like, I have no problem answering that question. I have every single problem. I've had strangers say these things to me. I've had people say these things to me when I've gone on walks. I've had people say these things to me when I'm in line at a store. I've had people say these things to me when I'm in line just at a pizzeria, like waiting to get food, waiting to get dinner, right? Like I've had these comments online, like obviously like I understand it's the internet, like, you know, there's no filter because they're not saying it to my face. But yes, I have gotten these comments like all over my social media. And it's like, what's with that assumption? Even if I was surprised or if I was taken aback or if I was confused, I would say that. I wouldn't say, do you have cancer? Are you dying? Are you sick? What's wrong? I'm so sorry. It's like the first time that was said to me, it's like, you're sorry? Like, I didn't even, like, I wasn't being confrontational. Like, I didn't even know what the person was talking about. I didn't even know that it was about my hair. And it's like, oh, no, like, I just shaved it, right? Like, you don't need to be sorry. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. There's everything wrong with this society that assigns so much value to women based off their hair. Based off their hair. Shouldn't I be thinking about like my pharmaceutical HR experience at Santa Fe? I have an interview with a pharmaceutical client and they're looking for a sourcer and a recruiter to come in for 3 months. So shouldn't that be what I was concerning myself with this morning, right? I put on a dress and like I had a cardigan over it, but I was concerned with my hair. Because I know the comments that, like I said, I've just gotten those comments at local pizzeria. I've gotten those comments going on my walks. I've gotten those comments walking around a park, right? I go for a lot of walks, right? I've gotten those comments at grocery stores. I've gotten those comments at convenience stores. I've gotten those comments from perfect strangers. I've gotten those comments a ton online. And it's like, I'd much rather they say something about my green hair versus, again, we're starting this job interview off with, oh my gosh, Patricia, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Oh my gosh, Patricia, like, do you have cancer? Oh my gosh, like, are you sick? Like, oh no, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Or like, they're just uncomfortable the whole time. So like, even if they don't say anything to me, if I can just see, like, they seem like uneasy, they seem uncomfortable, and they're kind of like shifting in their seat and stuff like that because they think I'm like dying of cancer. Why can't a woman just shave her head? Why is that not allowed? Why does there have to be a reason? A reason with my health, a medical reason, a political reason. I have to be making a statement. It's like, why can't I just shave my head to fucking do it because I fucking want to? I like not having to do anything with my hair. I have the wigs because I like variety, right? Even with like my glasses and like the outfits that I wear, I'm just somebody that likes variety. I don't want to look the same every day. If you go to my TikTok, you're going to see different looks, Lewks. So fucking what? For my actual hair, I don't want to ever comb it again, brush it again, wash it again, put product in it again, ever go to a barbershop again, or go to a hair salon again. I never want to do hair maintenance ever again in my life. I don't wrap my hair at night. All the stuff that I wasted so much time, my hair used to come down to my waist. It used to be long. I would flat iron it, I would wrap it, I would get it relaxed, I would get it straightened. Then I was natural and I would get extensions and I would get braids and I would get twists. I can't even tell you. I would get braid outs, I would get twist outs, right? Like all the time that I wasted on my hair. Black salon, you're going to be sitting there for hours and hours and hours every 6 to 8 weeks to get a relaxer, to straighten your hair, because my hair is naturally, I'm 4C, that means it's very, very thick. I don't do any of that shit now. So like every 3 months, like I said, it grows like a few inches. Like you can see videos like on my TikTok where it grows like 2-3 inches at the absolute most. Then I just shave it again. I take my husband's razor, I do it, and like it doesn't even take me like 10 minutes. So every 3 minutes, 10 minutes, every 3 months, 10 minutes versus like every 6 to 8 weeks, I was sitting in a salon hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on a Saturday, getting my hair relaxed. And then either I was wrapping it in between touch-up appointments, or I was flat ironing it every day, right? But my hair used to come down to my waist for years and years and years. Then halfway down my back, that was my look for over 15 years of my life. Like that is how people knew me, like long black hair down, like halfway down my back to my waist. And then I did a big chop. I went natural in 2015, about 10 years ago. And then, like I said, I shaved it last year, right? And it's like, why is the assumption that a woman that just doesn't want to like do anything with her hair other than shave it every 3 months is that she's fucking dying or there's something wrong with her.